I'm Laura and I'm here at Cats Protection in Hazelmere, and today I'm here with Ruby. Now Ruby's hiding at the moment, so I don't want to bother her while she's under there. We'll let her decide if she wants to come out and see us. Today I've got for you chapter 4 of this lovely book, Elmo Gets Arrested. So let's find out if the Cat Alert team are going to be able to help Elmo help clear his name, because he might get accused of stealing the fish. Chapter 4. Elmo Meets Scarface Sam. Elmo woke up the next day to lovely summer sunshine. He wandered out into the garden to do his usual patrol. He liked to check that the neighbour's cat, who was a bit of a nuisance, wasn't sitting in his own favourite place up in the rockery. Silky Cat was still asleep. She was an old lady cat after all, nearly 19 years old. In cat years, that made her nearly 92 in human years. She still seemed young though. The garden was so peaceful. He closed his eyes, twitched his whiskers, flipped his little pink nose up, and sniffed the fresh air like cats do. The roses and lavender were all in full bloom and smelled wonderful. Good morning, Elmo. Elmo jumped up at the sound of a voice, scared of an intruder again. Was it Scarface Sam? Frightened, he turned around, arched his back and hissed loudly, trying to be brave. Hiss, hiss, hiss. Elmo, it's me, Magic. Don't be afraid. Magic, said Elmo. You really do appear out of nowhere, don't you? Sorry I frightened you, Midnight. Midnight and I have been on duty all night, just in case Scarface Sam came back. Gosh, I didn't see you, said Elmo. You were well hidden. Magic smiled to herself. She couldn't tell Elmo yet about her spell to be invisible. Nothing happened. He didn't come back. Unfortunate, really, as we wanted to follow him to see where he went, Magic told him. Don't worry, though, said Magic. The Cat Alert team will find him. The door to the kitchen opened and Elmo looked around to see Mrs. Cotton coming out to hang the washing out to dry. When he looked back to Magic, she was gone in an instant. Looking up to the sky, he saw Magic sitting on a rooftop nearby. How did she do that so quickly, wondered Elmo in amazement. She really is a magical cat, he thought, as he wandered to a nice sunny spot to sit for a while. Magic sat on the rooftop and thought and thought and thought, with that inscrutable look that cats sometimes have, contemplating what to do. They needed to find Scarface Sam quickly before he stole any more fish and Elmo got the blame. We need a better plan, she thought. I need to talk to Sir Jack again. In the blink of an eye, she was gone. One moment she's in the garden, next you see her on the roof, and then, inexplicably, she's gone, like a puff of smoke. All that was left was the echo of a very distinctive purr, slowly disappearing in the air. That's the clever Magic Cat for you. After a nice snooze in the morning sunshine, Elmo woke up, startled by a low, nasty growling. Well, well, Elmo, we finally meet. Whisker to Whisker, growled the cat in front of him, who was so close they were practically touching noses. Elmo took a step back. The cat had only one eye and smelt horrible. He dribbled a bit from his mouth and he looked very dirty. He looked very nasty and frightening. You're, stuttered Elmo. Scarface Sam, said the other cat proudly, and you are going to do everything I tell you to do. No, I'm not. You're a thief, Elmo shouted. In an instant, Scarface Sam lashed Elmo across the face with his paw, giving him a deep scratch across his nose. Then he jumped on Elmo and pinned him to the ground. As much as Elmo tried to struggle, he couldn't get away. Scarface Sam was used to fighting and Elmo wasn't. You will never get away from me, Elmo. I've been on the streets a long time and I am strong and quick. You're just an orange bundle of fluff. Elmo tried to be braver than he felt. "My friends will find you. They'll find out the truth and you will be caught for stealing the fish." "Now, you listen to me, and listen well," screeched Scarface Sam. "The only one going to be blamed for stealing fish is you. I will make sure of it." "I just enjoy eating it," he boasted. He lashed at Elmo again with his sharp claws and pulled out a paw full of Elmo's orange fur. "Evidence," he said, "to be left at the scene of the crime." With that, he sloped off through the shadows of the trees and shrubs, calling out to Elmo, "I'll be back to get you, Elmo. Don't you dare tell anyone." And there's the picture of Scarface Sam threatening Elmo. Poor Elmo was more frightened than he had ever been in his short life. What was he going to do? He crossed the garden, heading for the cat flap and the safety of the kitchen. He just wanted to curl up in the cat bed and sleep, but perhaps it would be a nasty dream. Just then, Silky came into the kitchen. "Elmo, what happened to you? There's a big scratch on your nose." She came close to him and began to lick the scratch clean, just like his mother used to do. He didn't dare tell her about Scarface Sam. He was worried he would attack Silky as well. "Oh, I just got stuck in a rose bush," he said. Silky didn't believe him at all, but wondered why he told a lie. That wasn't like Elmo. He didn't lie. As Elmo slept, he looked exhausted. She slipped out of the kitchen on a special mission of her own. She rarely left her own garden these days, but she needed to speak to Magic and Midnight. She thought she knew just where to find them. 10 minutes later, she was on the path by the canal. Midnight had told them that this was where Scarface Sam lived, on an old barge. Just by the lock was a small house. The lockkeeper lived there. In his garden was an old abandoned shed. She sat just outside and waited, hidden by an old canoe. As she did, Magic and Midnight appeared before her eyes. They had been hidden by the invisibility spell that Magic had cast. "Silky, what's wrong? It's not like you to venture out so far," asked Midnight. "I'm worried about Elmo. He came in this morning looking very frightened and with a big scratch on his nose. He said it had happened in a rose bush, but I don't believe him. I'm worried because Elmo never tells lies, so something is wrong." "Maybe he got into a fight," suggested Magic. "Elmo doesn't fight, Magic. He's gentle and kind," said Silky. "What do you think happened then?" asked Midnight. "Scarface Sam," said Silky and Magic at the same time. "Quick, hide! Here he comes," whispered Midnight. And there they are, meeting up in the canoe and having a chat about the problem. As Magic quickly made the three of them invisible, Scarface Sam strolled down the path and jumped onto the barge. He had something in his mouth as he dropped on the deck and settled down to eat hungrily. And here he is, Scarface Sam. "He's got more fish," whispered Silky. "That proves it. He's the cat thief." "How are we going to prove it?" asked Magic. "Just having a fish is not enough. We need to catch him in the act of stealing it from someone's kitchen." "How are we going to do that? We never know where he'll be next," asked Magic. "We haven't got enough cats in the Cat Alert team to watch the whole neighbourhood," said Silky. "We need more recruits for the team," whispered Midnight. "Which cats do we know that have the best sense of smell to sniff out his trail?" "I know just the dog," said Silky. "A dog?" Magic said in surprise. "Yeah, he's a friend of mine," Silky said. "You never cease to surprise me, Silky," said Midnight. "We need Sir Jack Rascal's permission for this," she said. "Let's go to the old redwood tree tonight." "I'll make the call signal to Sir Jack," Magic volunteered. Just then, Scarface Sam looked up from eating his stolen fish, and Magic quickly made Midnight, Silky and himself invisible so they wouldn't be seen. "Thought I saw something in the shadows there by the old canoe," Scarface Sam said to himself as he spat out a fishbone. "Must be imagining it," he thought. "Those stupid cats will never catch me." He went back to eating the fish that he had stolen that morning from Mrs. Jenkins' kitchen. She'd left the door open and he'd crept in while she was snoozing in her armchair. He didn't care about stealing an old lady's dinner. Well, We'll find out what happens next tomorrow when I will read you chapter 5. I hope you've enjoyed today's story, and I'm very pleased that Ruby decided to come out and see us. I think she's enjoyed it too. So look forward to bringing you chapter 5 tomorrow. Bye for now.